Hi guys, it's Mandy and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my October wrap-up video. For the month of October, I read 5 books, 1 graphic novel. So all these are library books. I no longer have the books, but I will be putting up a picture of the cover so you guys can see them. The first book I read in October was Elixir by Hilary Duff. The contributor was Elise Allen. So Elixir starts off with the main girl Clea and one of her friends Raina. They are on a trip in Europe, I believe. Obviously Clea takes all these photos of their trip, and when she gets home and uploads all the photos on her computer, and looking through all the photos on her computer, she notices this man who appears in every photo in the background. At first she thought he was like stalking them all across Europe, and then eventually she looks back at all the photos that were taken of her from when she was a baby, and the same man is in every single photo. She doesn't know what to think about this man, if he's a stalker or what. Eventually Clea and another friend of hers, Ben, find some clues by her father around the house, in his study and in the cribbage board that she and Ben always play, and that eventually leads them off to go searching for this mysterious elixir that her dad was obsessed about. And then I don't want to get too much into the rest of the story, but I found it fast-paced and I really enjoyed the book. I know there was a lot of mixed reviews on Goodreads, but I read it anyways and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars if I remember correctly. The second book I read was My True Love Gave to Me. It's 12 holiday stories. It's just 12 short stories based around Christmas time with a bunch of different authors. I enjoyed most of the stories in that book, except I believe the last one I found kind of boring, but that's just my opinion. Overall, I gave that book a 4 out of 5 stars. The third book I read in October was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I never read any Sarah J. Maas books before. This is my first Sarah J. Maas book, and I picked it up because it was all over BookTube, and I heard it was a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. And so of course I had to check it out, and I loved the story, and I gave that book a 4 out of 5 stars. The fourth book I read was Trouble is a Friend of Mine by Stephanie Tromley. This book is about a girl named, I guess, Zoe. She's new in this neighborhood. She's living with her mom. Her parents got divorced, so she's in this new school, and she's a new girl. And so she becomes friends with a guy in the neighborhood. His name is Digby, and he's been kind of obsessed with this missing person / kidnapping case that happened a while ago before she moved into the neighborhood. We find out later in the book why. He's been trying to crack the case, pretty much. It was such an easy read for me. I was done it in like 2 sittings, and if you're just looking for a fast-paced, quick read, I would highly recommend Trouble is a Friend of Mine. I also gave that book a 4 out of 5 stars. The last book I read was Megonia by Maria Devana Headley. This one is just about a girl named Eza and her friend Jason. Ever since she was little, she's always had trouble breathing, and she's been in and out of the hospital since she was a baby, and they don't know what's wrong with her. And for me, I liked the beginning section of the book, but then once they got into Magonia, I kind of lost interest and it got a little boring to me, but I continued reading it. I know a lot of people DNF a book if they don't get interested in it, or if they lose interest in it. For me, I can't do that. I need to finish a book even if I'm not enjoying it. I lost interest in the middle part. I continued on and read it. The ending got a little better for me, but I don't think I'll be continuing this series. I was going to give it a 2 out of 5 stars, that the ending reminded me of the beginning, so I boosted it up to a 3 out of 5 stars. And last but not least, the graphic novel that I read this month was Alex and Ida Volume 1. I saw Trina from Between Chapters read this. I believe it was Trina. And then I was at the library today returning my stuff, and I looked around and I saw that, and I noticed it was the first volume, so of course I had to pick it up and read it and see what Trina was talking about. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but Alex is a human and Ida's an android that he gets from his grandmother on his birthday. And yeah, I really enjoyed the story, and I'm definitely gonna get volume 2 from the library. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So for my November TBR list, I have 2 books that I got from the library that I'm definitely going to be reading this month. So this is just the start of my November TBR. I'll probably end up reading some books that I own that I haven't got around to yet if I don't get anything else from the library. The first book that I'm currently reading right now is Devoted. It's the second book of the trilogy. I believe there are 3 of them. And this one pretty much starts off where the last one ends, so I'm not going to get into this just in case you end up picking it up. And then while I was at the library, I noticed that they had The Young Elites by Marie Lu, and I know it's going around BookTube everywhere, so I decided to pick it up. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I'm fine with going into a book blind. Kind of like it that way. Those 2 should definitely be in my November wrap-up, plus hopefully a couple more books as well. So yeah, that's all for this video. Sorry if it's a little all over the place. I'm still getting used to making videos. Please give this a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace. And 1 graphic novel. I don't even know what I was going to say.